In this question, we have three persons, Adam, Ben, and Carlos, okay, and they're sharing some marbles. Adam received 1/5 of the marbles. Ben received 18 more marbles than Adam. Carlos received 54 marbles. How many marbles did they have altogether? All right, so again, the first thing we need to look at is, well, we already know that this is a worded problem involving fractions, and from the time we see something is being split into fractions, okay, we need to start thinking about it is always part of one whole. All right, so our one whole in this case will be what? The marbles, right? Okay, so the whole amount of marbles, which we don't know, okay, is our whole. All right, now let's see how many persons we have. We have Adam, A for Adam, B for Ben, and C for Carlos. Now let's put in the numbers. Okay, so again, remember to tick off what you used. All right, so that we know that we used everything in your question. All right, now Adam received 1/5 of the marbles. Now this is not a sum of marbles, it is a fraction, okay, of the marbles. So, right, we don't know what value that is. 1/5 of the marbles. All right, Ben received 18 more marbles than Adam. So if Ben has 18 more marbles than Adam, more meaning we add on, okay, 18 to the amount that Adam had. Okay, right, so we have the 1/5 and we use the 18. Right, let's see what Carlos has. Carlos received 54 marbles. All right, 54 marbles. All right, now this is not 54, this is not a fraction, right? This is an actual value of marbles that he has. Okay. Now they asked for how many marbles did they have all together. Now if Adam has 1/5 of the marbles, okay, so your 5 here would mean that your whole amount is split into 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and Adam alone has 1/5, okay. Adam here has 1/5. It means that the rest of the marbles, which would be 4/5, is shared among Ben and Carlos. All right, together this make the whole. Okay, now we need to find how many marbles did they have all together. So to do that, we create our statement. All right, everything must be equal to the whole. All right, the whole amount of marbles. Okay, let's add Adam. Adam is 1/5 of all the marbles. Okay, Ben is 1/5 of all the marbles, which is Adam's share, right? Excuse, marbles, plus his 18 more. All right, and Carlos and his 54 marbles all total to the amount of marbles altogether. All right, so in our previous classes and our previous lessons, we know that we could only add like units. All right, so we can't add this fraction of marbles to this number. All right, because it is not a value of marbles as yet that we can add to here, but we can add this 18 and this 54. Okay, this will give us 72 marbles. All right, then we could add these fractions of marbles together. All right, 1/5 plus 1/5 will give us 2/5 of marbles, still being added to these 72 marbles here. All right, and all that is still equal to the total amount of marbles. Now we have fractions and we have whole numbers. All right, so the whole amount of marbles is 5 out of 5 pieces, right? 2/5 of the marbles here. Now in previous videos, okay, in previous lessons, we know that when we have this situation, all right, we need to put this value here across on this side. All right, we will subtract the inverse operation. Okay, if you don't know what that is, you would need to go back and revise. It's something that you should have learned in infant level or standard 1 and should have been using it throughout the standards until this point. Okay, 2/5. All right, and all this is of marbles. All right, so 72 marbles represent the whole. Subtract this 2/5. So same denominators, we just subtract the numerators. We have 3/5 of the marbles represent 72. All right, so some students like to use is divided by of. The statement is 3/5 of marbles is 72. So your is 72 being divided by your 3/5. All right, so you should be able to know when you're dividing by a fraction, we change the division to a multiplication and we invert the second fraction. Right, whole numbers go over 1, and this would give us a total of 120 marbles that they had all together. All right,